90 miles from Los Angeles and 2 hours away from your commute, everything that makes this city feel small sometimes, and somehow you're looking at one of the smartest real estate plays left in Southern California. I'm Joseph Trujillo. I've operated in 55 countries across 6 continents, and I've watched where people with real resources choose to park their money and their time. And for 100 years, the people who built Hollywood, built careers, built empires, they kept coming back to this mountain. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why. We're doing a full walkthrough of one of the most compelling luxury properties in Big Bear right now. And I'm going to tell you everything I know about why smart LA buyers are making moves up here hours before the windows closes. This is what I want to show you before we go inside, because context matters. In Brentwood, in Pacific Palisades, in parts of LA, you know, a property at this level, this size, the architecture, you're writing a check north of $4 to $5 million easy. Up here, that same conversation starts in the lower 1 million gap. Now, this isn't by accident. The gap is an opportunity for you guys. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath mountain estate with cathedral ceilings, floor-to-ceiling glass windows, a private deck that gives you mountain views of the slopes themselves. This home is designed for people who take their life seriously, because that's exactly who you guys are. And there it is. Take a look at these cathedral ceilings, the modern amenities, the fixtures, the floor-to-ceiling windows just encapsulate the beauty and the light of this majestic place. And what you see outside these windows is not art. Those are actual mountains and the landscape of Big Bear. Smart home systems throughout this house are app controlled. So when you arrive, that's what matters. You're driving up from LA or Orange County and you want to heat up the fireplace before you pull into the driveway. It's the little things like that that separate homes from luxury homes. Their expectations are much higher at this level. I want to talk to you about how people use a home like this, because that's what makes a difference from a property. Imagine Friday evening, you're in LA, traffic on the 10, you are done. And then you pull onto the 18, you start climbing, and within 20 minutes, there is no city. By the time you get to the front door, you've already decompressed. And that is a lifestyle product that most people haven't figured out how to price yet. Now let's talk about the gourmet kitchen, the dual ovens, the stainless steel appliances, the farmhouse sink, and the massively large island in the kitchen just ties everything together, whether you're hosting friends, family, or colleagues. A kitchen like this speaks of the highest standard. The primary suite is on the main floor, which matters if you've got guests upstairs or kids using the loft. And the jetted soaking tub, this amazing bathroom behind me, the fireplace in the room, the panoramic view from the bed. This is the part where my clients stop taking notes and start making decisions. And here it is. I'm telling you guys, this is why you come up to Big Bear. The mountainscape views, the sky slopes, the Sierra sky. These are elements that you just can't find in Los Angeles. And with only 2 hours away, this is what makes living in Big Bear not just a luxury, but a highlight. LA buyers aren't buying just a house up here. They're buying the ability to disappear for 48 hours and come back a completely different person. That is what this deck is worth. Here's something that most people don't know about Big Bear, and it changes how you think about this market. The first motion picture was filmed in this valley in 1911. By the 1920s, 1930s, Hollywood's golden age,
This mountain was already where the film industry came to work and play. Cecil DeMille shot here, D.W. Griffith shot here, Elvis Presley filmed Kissing Cousins at Cedar Lake, just a few miles from where we're standing right now. In 1930, an Austrian developer named Harry Kiner built a resort called the Peter Pan Woodland Club, specifically to attract Hollywood stars as second home buyers. He called it Peter Pan because he thought Big Bear Valley was the real Neverland. 100 years later, I think he was right. By 1925, there were over 200 resorts serving this area. The ski industry arrived in the 1930s and never left. Nottingham's Tavern, still open today, was where film stars gathered after shooting Wrapped. This is not a new discovery. This is 100 years of tradition of people with real resources making a very specific choice. And then COVID happened, and what was already a well-kept secret became something else entirely. LA buyers who spent 2020 rethinking every assumption about where they lived, they came up here in numbers nobody had seen. Prices spiked, the market ran hot, and now in 2025 and 26, prices have stabilized. Inventory is up, and buyers who missed the last window have a new opportunity. Let me tell you who has called Big Bear home, because the roster tells you something. Paula Abdul's family owned a large home on Papoose Bay. She and Emilio Estevez were regulars at Snow Summit in the early 90s. Shirley Jones, Academy Award winner and television icon, lived here for over 30 years. She didn't just visit, she lived here. Tito Ortiz, UFC Hall of Famer, owns a 7,100 square foot lakefront retreat right now. And going back further, the golden age of Hollywood, they knew this place before most of Los Angeles did. Directors, actors, producers, they built here when building up here meant something. The names change by the decade, the type of person doesn't. These are people who could go anywhere. Malibu, Palm Springs, Lake Tahoe, and they chose this mountain. That choice is not sentimental, it's intentional. And right now, that same intention is driving a new wave of buyers, athletes, entertainers, operators who figured out what the previous generation already knew.
Let me clear something up, because when people in LA hear Mountain Town, they have a specific picture in their head. Flannel t-shirts, taxidermy, the kind of place where the most exciting thing on a Saturday night is the hardware store. That's not Big Bear. What Big Bear actually is what I'd call an elevated alpine casual. The vibe is Patagonia over Gucci. The car in the driveway is a G-Wagon or a Defender, but the person driving it is in hiking boots. They know every trail by its mountain and by the name. Quality over branding and experience over performance. That distinction matters. It is the opposite of what LA luxury usually looks like. And for a lot of my buyers, that's precisely the appeal. Mornings up here start at Cowboy Wandering, maybe the best breakfast burrito you've ever had all year. And if you're skiing, if you're on the mountain, you'll be on there by 9. In the summer, you're probably at the water by 10 o'clock. And in the evenings, the biggest surprises are the amazing eateries. The culinary is top notch. Yesterday, we had a chance to eat at Tropicali's and then Della Nona's for an amazing Italian meal. The entertainment here in the Civic Center in the downtown part of Big Bear is just quite phenomenal. There's tons of small boutiques and other eateries for you guys to tap into. And Thursday through Saturday nights are definitely the hot nights, so you won't be disappointed. Now, here's the part I really want you guys to hear. Big Bear is in such symmetry with Los Angeles in the best possible way. LA is typically high glitz, glamour, performance, exciting and entertainment. And Big Bear is hands-off, permission granted just to enjoy yourself, have a polished time with friends and family. You're off the clock. Now, the same person that is looking to network in Brentwood at a big dinner or Friday at a eating cafe in Los Angeles, you'll find the same kind of people and environment in a more conservative, downtown, polished area in Big Bear. The lifestyle product here, guys, you cannot replicate anywhere else in distance from this city. So Here's 5 reasons why I think LA buyers should seriously consider Big Bear right now. Not in general, not someday, but right now. Reason number 1, the value window is real and it's open. See, after the pandemic spike, Big Bear prices have stabilized. As of right now, homes are selling at or below list price. We're talking about 4% discount to asking on average. With properties sitting longer than they were 2 years ago, that gives you power at the negotiating table. Ski season compresses this window every single year. The buyers who move before October are consistently in a stronger position than the buyers who wait. Reason number 2, the proximity nobody talks about. 90 miles and 100 minutes from Clear Run. You can decide at noon on a Friday, come up and be here in a hot tub by sundown. No flight, no TSA, no hotel checkout. That is proximity to one of the world's greatest cities, combined with the complete environmental contrast of a mountain lake, is a combination that does not exist at this price point anywhere else in SoCal. Palm Springs is an hour and a half and it's 110 degrees in July. Tahoe is 6 hours. Big Bear is the only answer that actually works year round. All right, reason number 3, 4 seasons in one investment. Skiing and snowboarding, November through April, boating, paddleboarding, wakeboarding, hiking, and mountain biking, May through October. Fall color in September and October that people fly from the East Coast to see. Many second home markets in Southern California have 1 season. Big Bear has 4. That means your family is using it, your renters are using it, and your investment is producing all year long. All right, reason number 4, the short-term rental engine. Big Bear is one of the most active short-term rental markets in Southern California, and it's not subject to the same local restrictions that have shut down STR income in Malibu, Manhattan Beach, and Santa Monica. A well-positioned property up here, lakefront, ski adjacent, well-appointed, can realistically offset a significant portion of your carrying costs through rental income. I've run those numbers for my clients. They are real. If you want to know what that looks like for a specific property, that is a conversation we should have. Reason number 5, the prestige is understated. And that is the point. See, celebrities and high net worth buyers have owned in Big Bear since 1914. The market does not advertise this. There is no paparazzi on Pine Nut Avenue here. Nobody is filming you at the ski mountain. And for a certain kind of buyer, the buyer who has already made it and no longer needs to announce it, that privacy is worth more than the Malibu address that puts you at a celebrity home tour. Big Bear is for people who don't need the announcement. And in my experience, those are exactly the people who tend to make the best financial decisions. What's up, good family? I am still in Big Bear. We're at Tropicali here. It's an island state of mind. And there is the wifey coming in for the proper kiss. This spot is super amazing. It's hip, it's trendy. It was featured as the #1 Yelp restaurant in California. Bananas, that's phenomenal. And just seeing everybody kind of eat like this island food. We're having some specialty drinks. It's completely an island, Cali, Big Bear vibe. So stay tuned for a little bit more details on this amazing hotspot. Hey guys, just about to close out over here at Tropicali in Big Bear. This place was absolutely fire. The specialty drinks, the food, all Hawaiian themed, was really, really a great experience. We're about to skip over across the street and have a little bit of Italian food on the lake, so stay tuned. All right, so Big Bear is not a new discovery. It's a 100-year-old tradition of the most intentional people in Los Angeles making a very specific choice about how they spend their time and their capital. That tradition is not going anywhere. I've been in 55 countries. I've watched how people with real options choose to live. The common thread is always intention, not the price tag. Big Bear is an intentional choice, and right now, it's also a smart one. Drop your city in the comments below. Tell me where you are right now and where you're trying to go. I read every single comment, and I'll tell you if Big Bear makes sense for what you're building.